Hello and welcome to Mickey Art. My name is Michelle Edhouse and today I am going to be doing a spin pour. I've just got a little, what is this, 6x6 canvas, and I'm just making a twirl of black sticky tape to stick it down onto this record. As you can see, it's been used before for the same thing. Why am I using this record? What the record is for is to create a platform on top of my children's pottery wheel. And those of you that have been watching my channel for a while, you'll be pleased to know I have new batteries, so it goes real fast. So the target of this is to get it as centered as possible. And as you can sort of see where I've had them in the past. And I usually just do it by eye. Line them up by the ridges on the record. And push it down so it's nice and firm. So it's not going to fly off. What we do have to put up now is the walls. And for walls, I've just got these bits of wood that I found lying around in my husband's garage. And why do we need walls? We need walls to make sure that the whole room doesn't get covered in paint as it flies off the sides. So I'm just gonna lean those onto each other. There we go. And underneath here I have a piece of wood with another piece of wood nailed to it, and that's just a bit of a stop, because when I try and flick the switch quite often, that didn't work, quite often it sort of travels away from me as I'm trying to push it, and it's, so that piece of wood is just a piece of stop, just to push against to be able to stop that with ease. Now, what can I use to hold that up so it doesn't fall over? Let's use my Floetrol bottle. Boop. Then it falls the other way. That's funny. Okay, that'll do us. So we're all set for the great, phenomenal, flying paint finale. Let's put some gloves on. I'm not going to put a white or a negative space on this one, just because I don't want to, you know, sometimes you just don't want to. I'm just going to see what gets created. What the negative space does is it allows the paint to flow more easily because it's already wet and movable, but I don't want it wet and movable in this one. So what colours am I using today? I am using a little bit of cobalt blue from Reeves, some yellow ochre, that's the one, and I do have some white that I'm going to pop in there as well. And I have so this is Viridian Hue. No, I think that's what it's called. Yes, Viridian Hue, and it's from Reeves as well. Now it's quite an old paint, and it does have a slightly lumpy, powdery consistency. It already has oil in it, so I'm not going to stir it too much, just enough to get that back in there. So basically all of these paints, except for the white, have oil already in them. I mix all my all my paints I mix with Floetrol and water, and then I add in, when I put in oil, at the moment what I'm using is Durex Play. Now somebody commented on one of my videos, does Durex Play have a different ingredient set in Australia? I don't know about Australia, but in New Zealand it says under here, ingredients, dimethicone. So obviously if yours doesn't have ingredients dimethicone, it's not the same as what I'm using. So dimethicone is a type of silicone, and so before you go buying any oil, make sure that it's 100% silicone or dimethicone. The other thing I have used for oil is the CRC 808 silicone, and that comes as a spray. So what I do is I spray it into a dropper bottle, and just shake it a lot and let all the air come out of the spray, and then just use the eyedropper. It's quite runny. If you're using dimethicone, whether it's treadmill silicone, whether it's CRC, whether it's personal lubricant, it will be quite runny. So please, please, please be aware of the fact that it is runny, because when you tip the bottle up and it goes bleh, and you get like half dimethicone, half paint, and that's not what you're after. So I've got my 4 colours there, and I've got the most of the Viridian hue, so I'm going to use that initially to create a base, get some colour happening. And you know what, I really love it. I love using this spinner, and I love doing it in all sorts of different ways, but today I'm going to be using it just by pouring the paints into the centre and allowing them to go. So let's get started. Okay, so that was a little bit more green than I had planned to put on there, and I wonder what the silicone will do. Great question. What will the silicone do? Should we torch it and see? Alright, I think what's happened is I've lost a lot of the other colours off the side, putting that green, all that green in the middle. It's kind of gone. So I'm going to put it on the slow one and add some more colour in. So there's 2 settings on this unit, and let's just cover the edges before we get started again. That way we know they're covered. The other thing I've just realised is that putting the base coat, that was the first coat that I put on there was the green and it had oil in it. That means that in some places it's gonna go straight down to the canvas. And what that looks like is you actually have silicone spots that go all the way to the canvas, and not quite as pretty as you always want to do. So that's something to bear in mind in the future if you're painting. So let's get some of this white in here. Okay, so that looks pretty cool like that, and let's just give it a wild spin and see what shows up. Oh, that's a bit different. I like this outside part. That's super cool. I'm not a huge fan of all this blue in the middle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my green and just do some... No, that's not going to work. Some swipes. It's not doing the way I want it to do. Sometimes paint doesn't behave. Alright, let's give it another spin. I'm liking it better, but I just had this really, actually, what do I want to do here? What I'm getting the picture of is something that I've seen MDR. Is it India? Oh, I can't remember her name. I'll put a link in the description. Do, and that is get a piece of card, and there we go, business card. And Osborne was duplicating M, and she used a business card, so let's see if that, you know what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually dip the business card in white, and turn it around and get some more. Okay, and now I'm going to spin it again, hopefully. I actually want it to reverse spin. I don't have reverse on this. I'd love to spin it the other way. Let's have a go. What I've done is I've actually dragged the paint off the canvas, and I've got these gaping great holes through here. I'm liking some of it, but just gonna fill in those bits. And let's spin it again. Okay, what else is this? How's it getting? If I blow it, what will that create? If I don't blow it, what will that create? Straw. Straw, straw, straw. That's better. I like that better. Just alright, let's give it a bit of a torch. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. There we go. I like that. Let's get you down and show you what I'm seeing. Take off those gloves. Oops, what I'm seeing is I should have had a board this way. I've covered my chair, my wall, protected all these sides, but I'm covered in it. I'll show you. My pretty new pants. How do you like those? And then there's my chair. And the door of my, whoopsie, oh well, how's it get any better than that? So this is it. So we've got some cells, got some spinning vibranty bits like that. I like those. And then we've got a really nice gentle soft pastel-y bit, and back out to the vibrant forceful splashy bits. I love it. It's so juxtaposition-y. So what would it take for this to dry looking as phantasmical? as it does at the moment. How does it get any better than that? Alright guys, thanks so much for joining me here at Mickey Art. What else is possible when you choose to have some fun and be out of control with paint and your life? Have fun, I adore you, bye bye!